Not only should we be very careful and pay attention to what we're sowing, but we shall also analyze while sowing to know the depthness, amen, and meanings of every single seed, because each one means and resembles something different. Amen. Amen. So verses 13 through 19 read, when Laban heard the news about his sister's son Jacob, which is his nephew, he ran to meet him, hugged him, and kissed him. Then he took him to his house, and Jacob told him all that had happened. Laban said to him, you are my own flesh and blood. I'll read that again. Verse 14 says, Laban said to him, you are my own flesh and blood. After Jacob stayed with him a month, Laban said to him, just because you're my relative, should you work for me for nothing? Tell me what your wages should be. Now Laban had 2 daughters. The older was named Leah, and the younger was named Rachel. Leah had ordinary eyes, amen, but Rachel was shapely and beautiful. Jacob loved Rachel, so he answered Laban, I'll work for you for 7 years for your younger daughter Rachel. Laban replied, better that I give her to you than some man. Stay with me. Amen. Now, when it comes to analyzing something or analyzing a situation, what does it mean to analyze something or analyze a situation? Amen. This means that I'm looking closely, amen, to gain all the details by going just a little bit further than just the basic of paying attention or noticing something. Because when I analyze something, this means that, amen, I'm examining what I see, or I'm examining a situation to know exactly what I'm dealing with, or, amen, to know exactly what it is that's in front of me. So if we have something that's in front of us, we're not just looking at that something, amen. We can use discernment. We can discern what that something is, and discernment is nothing but analyzing as well. Because when you discern it or when you analyze something, this means that you're paying attention to know exactly what it is. Amen. It could be something that's in somebody, but you're looking at that person, but God can be giving you exactly what it is that person is dealing with. Amen. So that's what it means to analyze. And oftentimes, amen, we as people, we just don't sow seeds for the fun of it. Amen. We don't just sow seeds for the heck of it, amen. We don't just sow seeds because we feel like I'm having a good day at work, and today I'm talking about spiritual seeds. I'm having a good day at work today, and today is the day that I feel like sowing a seed, but there's something that we're looking to gain, or there's something that we are aiming for as to why we feel the need, amen, to sow a seed, amen. Sometimes when it comes to sowing seeds, especially seeds that are bad, amen, we like to justify. After we have sown the seed, we like to justify and say, well, I didn't mean that, to do that, or I didn't mean to cause this person harm, or I didn't mean to bring havoc into this person's life, or I didn't know that what I sowed could, amen, cause this person to feel or to be this way. Amen. But here again is where it comes into analyzing and paying attention to what we're doing to prevent getting deceived, or to prevent even from deceiving somebody else, even though most of the time, most of us already know what we're doing anyway. Amen. The apostle tell me all the time to watch out for people who like to twist their words. She tell me all the time, watch out for people who are cunning, people who are crafty. Amen. Watch out for people, amen, that like to switch the conversation or like to switch things on you. Amen. She tell me all the time that even when you are in the midst of a conversation with somebody, always pay attention to what that person is saying. Amen. Because if that person is operating. Amen. So this is where it comes in, where we have to analyze, amen, and know what we're dealing with. Amen. Now, what are spiritual seeds? Amen. We're going to talk about spiritual seeds and what they can do to a person. Amen. Spiritual seeds are, and then of course something that goes into somebody. Like I said, it could be something that somebody is sowing. Amen. It could be something that you are sowing as a person. You can be watching somebody else get sown something into them, whether it's good or for evil. Amen. But this also comes along with knowing who that person is, knowing what they're trying to accomplish, knowing their spirit, and knowing the seed that they're trying to sow. Now, let's use good seeds to start off with. Amen. Let's think about a person that like to sow good seeds. Amen. If a person that like to sow good seeds, they will sow stuff like pure love. Good seeds of pure love. People that like to sow good seeds, they will sow good seeds of encouragement. Amen. When somebody is going through something, or when somebody is dealing with a situation or whatever, they like to encourage that person. Amen. Some people like to sow seeds of being an inspiration. Amen. Same thing when somebody is going through something, when somebody feel like they are in a depression, or when they feel like they have low self-esteem, when they're insecure, you can tell them you are fearfully and wonderfully made. That means that you are encouraging them and being an inspiration to them. Amen. Some people like to sow things in people that are less fortunate. Like the ministry, we have things, amen, that we sow into a person that's less fortunate, or a person that we feel that is in need with certain things. Amen. You can sow, like people that come on my job, sometimes I give them $1 or $2. When I'm out with Apostle, sometimes I see her, she go as God lead her, she may feel the need to give this person this, or feel the need, and all of us may do that. So these are just different ways to sow seeds. Amen. Some people like to bless people with money. Amen. We like to bless people with things. Amen. And like Apostle, she have, of course, her spiritual parents, and she always sowing into them. Amen. And I'm sure some of us are always sowing things into people. So these are just reasons, along with other things. Some people that don't have jobs. For some of us that came into the ministry when we didn't have a job, and we were looking and inquiring for a job, and God would tell us to sow your time into the ministry. So it's different way, and you sowing into the ministry is not that you sowing into Apostle's life. You sowing into God. So you sowing a spiritual seed because there is something that you are anyway needing from the Lord. Amen. Some people like to be helping hands to others. Amen. Like Deacon and Minister Vance, amen. They work together. They use their hands to help people. They use their hands to help build a vision. Use their hand, amen, dealing with the men's department. So they sowing a seed, sowing a spiritual seed. So it's just different ways, amen. You can sow different spiritual seeds. And if you're a person that's doing it with a pure heart, then you're not looking to gain anything back in return. Amen. Amen. But God will still bless you depending on what He feel like He needs to bless you with, if that's what He decides to do. Amen. Some people can be so tricky sometimes. They can be so tricky sometimes, so low down sometimes, some schemers sometimes. Amen. They say that they don't be looking for nothing back in return, but then when the time come up, they really want something back in return. Just like a lady on my job with my manager, and he's a good person. He always sow things into people as well. But when she comes into the job, and we're not supposed to really take food or take things from the customers, but hey, he go as he feel that he need to go. So it's a lady that comes into the job, and when she comes in, and she like to cook. So she come in and she like to cook food for the workers that work. And I tell her, no ma'am, I'm fine, because she real tricky. So when she come in and she bring Mr. Lester food, and she bring him this and bring him that, I tell Mr. Lester all the time, you got to watch her, because she wants something back in return. She wants something back in return. And by the time that she used all the money, or by the time she spent all the money, by the time that she ain't got no money, she done went broke, her funds and went low, then she come in thinking Mr. Lester's supposed to give her some money because she gave him food. Right. And you can't do that, because that's a person that's not doing it with pure intentions, or doing it with a pure heart. And then, as a matter of fact, then she got a husband. So if your husband can't take care of you, then something wrong right there anyway. That's right. So we just have to watch these people, amen. I always want something back in return. Amen. And if that person always wants something back in return, then there's something that's wrong with that person, that we know that they don't have pure love. Amen. Yes. Amen. And let's talk about